this week. And while we're
Monday
on
night.
the topic of Eagles Chiefs, the first game, the season opener for the NFL, the game was a barn burner. Dak played very well for the Cowboys. Surprisingly, CD blew that one away. It's not necessarily his fault. There was a lot of other things that happened, but the Cowboys hung in there, even losing Micah Parsons. They were either better than I expected them to be, or the Eagles were worse than I expected them to be. And part of that comes from Jalen Carter being ejected before the game starts for spitting on Dak Prescott. That was a wild turn of events that I missed live, but
I'll tell you
incredible.
what, though, Dak Prescott is lucky that Jalen Carter had that reaction and then got ejected because if Jalen Carter played that football game Thursday night, Dak Prescott was
It,
going home on a stretcher
I,
because
I don't. He wasn't
you
going
saw
home.
what happened before Jalen Carter's reaction. You saw the reason why Jalen Carter chose to spit on somebody else. Like that wasn't just like I'm
I
deciding to do this because of no other reason. Like
why do players continue to lie about things that transpired when they're mic'd up, there's a million cameras around? Like, why are you going to get up on the podium and try to save face? We know exactly what's going on. We can see, like, you didn't just spit over somebody's shoulder and it was nonchalant, like you wanted to try and let it be, Dak. You looked at him, you spit at it, and like spit
he was
whatever, like
talking before the
you
spit. He
were
was
talking,
jaw
and
jacking before the spit.
there was the camera caught something right before Jalen Carter spit on Dak. Did you see? Did you read lips?
No, all I'm referencing is that there's clear evidence of Dak Prescott jawing at Jalen Carter and spitting towards him.
Spitting exactly at him, and then as Jalen Carter walked up to him, Dak Prescott said three words. Sorry, two words. You can read the lit now. I don't know if this is exactly what he said. These are allegations. I don't know exactly what he said. But if you go back and you look at it, because they get real close, the camera angle, it looks like as soon as Jalen Carter walks up to Dak Prescott says, your boy died. And then Jalen Carter spit on it in reference to the mishap before the draft last year, Jalen Carter and his driving incident.
Oh,
I again allegations. I don't know if that's exactly what he said, but that's exactly what it looked like he said. And then Jalen Carter decided to spit on him approximately half a second later, and then was
so
ejected
yeah,
immediately.
the next meeting of Dallas and Philly, like he better watch out, bro. Jalen Carter's coming for that man.
It's not going to be good. Speaking of things that will not be good as time goes on, the Dolphins got absolutely housed by the Colts. They made Daniel Jones look like a competent quarterback, something that he never was when he was with the Giants.
Look like prime
Um,
Joe Montana.
yeah, he looked crazy out there, and there's clearly a reason why he was named their starter very quickly. But is the experiment over in Miami
I didn't
with
realize it was an
either?
experiment.
But fair enough. Is it done? Like, Miami's done? Is it who's benched or fired first? Is it Mike McDaniel's or Tua Tagovailoa? Like, what we've seen Tua have consistent issues. He is not the most consistent or accurate quarterback that Tyreek Hill has ever seen. I think we've got enough evidence of that. Um, who do you think's out first in Miami?
My honest thoughts, um, especially if this season continues to go, if the season continues to look like that at all, like they're hitting the reset button. They're blowing everything up, and I don't really know if that's going to happen mid-season. I think I think
You fire a coach mid-season, you don't like not the quarterback that you paid,
you can bench
right?
him.
Right. They also don't have a backup, but that's beside the point.
So
I don't know.
that also that's another reason they're kind of stuck with who they got. Yeah, I don't because even if they fire Mike McDaniel, is it McDaniels? Is there an S on there?
It's
Whatever his
McDaniels.
name is, whatever that freaking I don't. He doesn't look like he belongs on a football field. Uh,
He doesn't look like a head coach. He does look like
for
an
real. But
assistant.
anyways, I don't think firing Mike McDaniel's in the middle of this season really helps that much. So I honestly think McDaniel's will be first because he'll get fired right after the season, and Tua falls off somewhere after that. I don't think it's like again the quantifier here is especially if the season continues to look like that week one game. I don't think they give Tua another shot with a different head coach. I think they hit total reset, total rebuild, new coaching staff, try to get rid of Tua because he's not good.
The Dolphins don't necessarily have an out that is worthy until 2027. Um,
So like if
Getting
they
rid of him
fire
then.
McDaniels, like they incur like cap penalties or whatever, like or
No,
what?
no, if they cut Tua before the 2027 or before the end of the 2026 season, the dead cap amount is 100 million plus. So there's no real benefit to cutting him or benching him uh, prior prior
But
to
that's why I say try
ending
to get rid of
2026.
like package him in a trade or something. Like I don't.
Yeah, you could because the guarantee they're still going to have the guaranteed money, but that's far less than the actual valuation of the contract that they could maneuver around. They'll still eat that, but somebody would be willing to take on Tua. And I agree. I think it's going to be coincided in some way, shape,
Because
or
I don't
form.
think
I
it
don't
happens
know.
mid-season. I don't see the benefit of that. I see the benefit if you feel like you're a playoff contending team and like your coach doesn't have the locker room or whatever. But like if you're just a bad team, like I don't really know what firing the coach mid-season does for you. So I
I'll Ooh, let's see. The Dolphins next have the Patriots and then the Bills. So we just saw the Patriots lose to the Raiders. If this game that just happened to them against the Colts happens again, McDaniels doesn't make it to week 3. I don't
with
think it
how bad
happens.
Tua is though, getting a new head coach doesn't like
No, it doesn't fix
make
the
the
issues.
prospects of your season look any better. Like
No,
it doesn't.
no. And with that said, I mean, how soon before Tyreek Hill submits a trade request? He's been talking about it since last season.
I mean, it's what once was like a above average team a few years ago. Like it's just like everything is like falling off the wagon for them. Like
Jalen Waddle's forgotten how to play. Devin Achane or Achane can't play and stay healthy. You got Tyreek Hill can't even get the ball his way. I don't think it would take much to get him a
you want him
conditional
back?
fourth,
Let's get
and
him
I'll
back.
take him. I'll take him. A conditional fourth. They're eating
A
most of his
conditional
most.
fourth. Dude,
It
that
could
would
be a
be
third.
hilarious.
You
The
you give him a
amount
conditional
that
fourth. That could be a third.
Miami gave us for him and we give him a fourth round pick for like
He's 31. You're eating most of his contract. I'll give you a conditional fourth. Could be a third given certain performance bonuses.
that's wild. That would be wild. That
Hey,
would be
he's
the
gonna.
biggest lost trade sequence in NFL history. Like they trade all that capital for Tyreek Hill. We win a Super Bowl, and then he comes back to us for like
Mm,
pennies on the dollar. Like I mean,
mm,
like you
the
gave up your
Browns still
future
might.
for him, and then you're just gonna hand him back for a fourth round pick.
The Browns might still have that trophy, but it might be close.
Well,
I may be 100% wrong, or still time will tell on Aaron Rodgers on my Aaron Rodgers take.
yeah,
I said that man was going to
doesn't look
be
like he's going to be
not
out
on
week
the
8.
team by the end of week 8 before week 9 starts. If he keeps playing like that, but I don't know because the Jets have been so bad for so long, right? Like, are both those teams just that bad, or are both those teams
Was
actually
this a
good?
good football game between bad football teams, or was
We've seen it. We've seen it before. Like I don't know what I'm watching here. Aaron Rodgers looked great. Justin Fields looked great. Justin Fields didn't look that good while on the Steelers. He looked good. He didn't look that good. I
I
don't know
don't know.
what I watched.
And it's like so the football uh polls are kind of switching, bro. What once was at the bottom, like I mean, it's just it happens. We were down there. We were down here at the South Pole once before. When we got switched to the North Pole recently. Maybe the polls are switching. Aaron Rodgers is plays in the NFL till age 47.
Good. Might happen. Um, kind of last point here. CJ Stroud. What are we looking at with CJ? Like slumped last year, but there were injuries.
I don't know. I need to
Offensive
get him
line
off my
wasn't
freaking
great.
dynasty team. That's what. Like, what the hell? I named my team after him. And this is I sat through a terrible sophomore slump, and he comes out week 1 and just and more of the same.
They have no run game even with bringing in Nick Chubb. They jumped around with a couple different running backs. Joe Mixon is out for who knows how long. He's not on the pup
At
list or
least
IR.
4 weeks.
Wait, is he on the pup list? Did I miss that? Yes, he is on the pup list. So yeah, he get earliest he can come back is week 5. That doesn't help CJ at all. They traded away Larry Tunsil. Um, Offensive line didn't look that great. You lose Stephon Diggs. Tank Dell is out. You still have an amazing wide receiver room, but none of them can get it figured out. Their defense still kept them in the game the entire time. I don't know if CJ Stroud is necessarily an issue. I'm not willing to go as far as saying that so soon because of how good his rookie season was, but the signs aren't strong that he's the franchise changer we thought he was out of the draft, nor in his rookie season.
Yeah, it's a sad drop off. And I don't think with how poor the performance is, you can really blame it on oh, he doesn't have Tank Dell or he doesn't have his favored receivers or whatever. It's it's a it's not, and it's not just his fault, but it's definitely there's some consistency with the problems. And yeah, I mean we're at the point where I think it's not we're not jumping the gun or trying to decide this too quickly, but he's in that territory of should he be a starting quarterback in the NFL right now?
Ooh,
I think so. That was terrible.
that's a take. I think that's a very hot take. Um, there's a lot of people I wouldn't put him in that territory. I mean, Tua is in that territory. I'm not putting CJ Stroud in the same territory as Tua. I think he's still far better.
Maybe I'm a little biased with how it's affecting my dynasty fantasy football team, but I mean he's been. We are now a full season and 1 game of consistently mid. Like that, CJ
He
Stroud really
still
isn't
had some
doing anything.
flashes last year. Early on in the season
You
before a
chose this
lot of the
topic,
issues
so if you
happened.
don't want to, all right.
I, I'm not
Joe
disagreeing that
Burrow
he's
shouldn't be
playing
a starting
poorly.
quarterback in the NFL. He's got the 2 best receivers in the NFL, and he doesn't know how to throw it to him. Joe Burrow
64 air
sucks.
yards. QB1, not mine.
Thank God.